Josh Raven here with the Daily Dot at ELeague, joined by Cutler from CLG off the back of a tie against NRG. We'll start with game one. It looked a little bit shaky at the start, but you were able to bring it back and take a pretty convincing win. What were your thoughts on the first game?
I think the big thing was when we ecoed them on pistol twice. It's kind of a momentum breaker. So we had momentum most of the games, so it's a big help.
And in game two, obviously there was a round where you guys kind of broke them mentally. It was a pretty harsh round. I can't remember exactly which one it was, but then obviously they came back and somehow managed to grab a win off you guys. What happened there? What was the state? Why was it so messy?
I think in our heads we thought we already won. It's kind of like a mental breakdown on our part. Obviously we didn't win. They're fighters, so we got to make sure we close those out.
Yesterday we spoke to Tarek, who said the goal was to get a 2-0 against Energy, to do your best to avoid playing Astralis in the semi-finals. Now I believe you end the group at 2-4 as your record. Do you think that's going to be enough to kind of get that second and third seed that you want, or are you kind of a little bit worried about what Energy and SK could do?
Energy definitely give SK a run for their money, so hopefully we get second and third, but if we don't, that's our fault.
And assuming you do go on to play Astralis in the semis, if that does happen, are you worried about facing them, especially with Carrigan back in the lineup?
They're definitely a top team for us. We haven't beat them once ever on LAN, so it'd be nice to beat them, especially with this magnitude of knocking them out. So hopefully we do.
And if you had to choose between the other two remaining teams, obviously Energy and SK, which one would you rather go up against in that semi-final matchup?
I would like a rematch against Energy, so I still think we should have won that map, but I'm okay facing SK too.
And what do you think about Energy? Obviously, they came in making 2 roster changes. Some people thought they were going to be good. Some people thought the roster changes were too soon, and they might not gel enough yet. What are your thoughts on that lineup?
I think they have a lot more firepower now than before. So, if you give them openings to get frags, they'll definitely kill you.
And now on to you guys coming in with Pita as a 5th. What were your options coming in? Did you have any 5th players lined up? Were there any players you were looking at? And what happened? Why did you end up having to go with Pita?
We don't want to rush our 5th. It just feels like it's really crunched in time, especially with the major coming up and stuff like that. So instead of us just throwing a random 5th in, we figured we'd just play with someone that knows us and knows our play style. So yeah.
Were you looking abroad? Obviously, that people have said that in North America, contracts locking players in is becoming a bit of a problem for teams looking for new players. So were you looking abroad, maybe in Europe or other regions for new players?
We're open for anyone. We just want to make sure we get someone that meshes with us. We just want to give them a tryout, not just throw them on the team.
And how long do you think that's going to take? Are you sticking with Pita for the major, or do you not know yet what's going on with that situation?
It's kind of hard to get people for the major because if you play in the minor, then you can't play in the major, and vice versa. And people in Liquid and Cloud9 are pretty locked in their teams right now, so we'll probably just use Pita.
And looking to other North American teams playing in the major, even Team Liquid bringing back Simple, dropping Adren again. That's a pretty controversial change that they're doing for those 2 tournaments. What do you think of that move? Not a lot of people agreeing with that decision. What are your thoughts on it?
I sort of feel bad for Adren. I feel like he's just getting tossed around. As for Simple, it gives them a lot of firepower. It gives kind of like the random factor, and they made the semifinals last time with them. So, I expect them to do very well.
Okay, and looking forward, obviously, if you do manage to make it through that semi-final matchup, you will be playing on Friday in the final, hopefully for you guys anyway, at least. What are your thoughts about that? Obviously, playing on TV, a lot of teams I've spoken to have said it's not really going to bother us. We're going to treat it like a normal thing. We've played in front of crowds. A lot of people taking it differently. What do you think about that potential TV appearance?
I agree. I don't think you really feel any different compared because it's just like any other match. You're in a studio with fans watching. I guess now people can just watch across the world with their on TV.
And talking about ELeague in general to finish things off, how different of an experience is this being? Obviously, you're probably used to playing on big stages in front of crowds, but this is a completely different environment, small studio, not a huge audience. Do you prefer this kind of setting, or would you rather be playing in front of thousands of people in a big stadium?
ELeague takes care of their players very well, so I would like this treatment, maybe just with more fans. You get because it's awesome meeting fans and showing them how much they love you and stuff like that. So yeah.